Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is going to be a nice, quick, simple, and easy video simply because I'm not 100% sure how many people on this channel even give a hi-ho diggity about wrestling at all. But I just finished watching Friday Night Smackdown, and I figured that what better of a time to test the waters on this channel involving wrestling than starting with the draft. Why not, right? So we had the WWE draft tonight, and we're going to go ahead and go through each of the different segments and, determine whether they receive a seal of approval from Daddy Zebra or not. So go ahead and get yourselves strapped in, a little locked in, set that beautiful like button ablaze for me, and subscribe and join the Zebra gang, gang, gang. We're so close to 1 million subscribers. Help a brother out, my friends. And we are indeed going to be doing the cheat route because Daddy's memory is a little fucked. We are using Twitter as our memory refresher. So we started off with our first round of the WWE draft, and of course we ended up having Big E going over to Raw. We did have, I don't know why they're not showing it on this, but we had Roman Reigns, of course, staying on SmackDown, which made all of the sense. Big E going over to Raw makes all of the sense. But the one that I don't feel made all that much sense is Charlotte Flair coming to SmackDown. It happened. And then Bianca Belair going over to Raw. So that obviously means that Becky's most likely going to Raw as well. Probably Sasha as well, considering the feud that they're having right now. So it makes sense. Everything makes sense. But then we moved on and we had Mr. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, coming out and doing all his big talking like I'm the shit, draft pick number 1. And then, of course, Brock Lesnar had to come out and give, show him who is the real shit in the house and beat up the Usos and everything. Pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. Of course, this is just aiding in upping the ante involving Brock versus Roman. So I can't give it anything besides a seal of approval, in all honesty. And I like the fact that Brock is going the Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson route of not wearing any kind of like promo shirts. He just comes out in a regular shirt, lumberjack outfit, and just fights people. It's funny to me, I dig it. Roman obviously tried to fight him and everything, but Brock is Brock. Next, we ended up having Charlotte Flair doing her shit talking. Cool beans, I guess. But Baron Corbin, and I think his name is Riddick Moss, or at least it used to be called Riddick Moss or Rick Moss, something like that. They're now just a straight up team now, and they just laugh. I don't really get it, but cool beans. But Baron Corbin went up against Kevin Owens, and well, cheating ways happened, and Baron Corbin ended up winning. I missed a little bit of this match, so I can't really give too much of an opinion on how the match itself went. But Baron Corbin winning matches now, I mean, how can I really complain? I like Baron Corbin being like put in a more spotlighted type of thing. It's pretty cool. So seal of approval from Daddy Zebra. Eventually I'll have like something that I can place on the video saying, hey, seal of approval. But then we had the big thing that made me excited for next week. We have the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring tournament going on. So I know that Xavier Woods is excited to possibly participate in this. So that's pretty cool, and I adore that they actually are having like a Queens of the Ring type of shit. So that gets a definite seal of approval, a golden seal of approval, if I could say. But we ended up having the next set of drafts picks, and Drew McIntyre, yeah, it was just a tease and only a tease, and a tease all forever on Raw. Because Drew is gone. He is not on Raw. He's not challenging Big E. He is going to SmackDown. So cool for him. RK Bro staying on Raw. Cool beans. Makes sense. But Xavier fucking Woods and Kofi goddamn Kingston, the New Day, are still being separated from Big E. Because they are now back on SmackDown, whereas Big E is on Raw. I don't understand that. I don't get it. That's weird to me, and I don't like it. But then we also have Edge going to Raw. Cool beans. And speaking of Edge, we had Edge come out talking shit. We had Drew McIntyre saying, hey, I'm here and I want the Universal title. So we're probably going to see Drew versus Roman at some point again. Looking forward to that because that was fun the first time. But we have Edge basically talking shit. And then we had this nigga Seth Rollins pulling a fucking Joker move. Rolling up to Edge's house. Just walking in and being gross and just drinking out of his orange juice with no, like, straight from the bottle. If that wasn't the most disrespectful thing, other than walking into the house itself, opening somebody else's refrigerator and leaving it open, I don't know what else is. Seal of approval for me. So, I mean, if you couldn't tell, SmackDown generally is always good to me, at least. It was fun. Until this particular part. I love Carmella. I love Liv Morgan. But I feel like they need to be given a lot more time for literally everything that they're doing, you know? It kind of doesn't make sense. But for some reason, mid, quote-unquote, match, Carmella went out and put this fucking glittery mask thing on and kept it on for like all of 5 seconds before taking it right off, which didn't make any sense. And then on top of it, this was supposed to be a match, but there was no pin, there was no submission, there was nothing. It just kind of never happened. It's kind of weird. Really weird. Anyways, we ended up having Baron Corbin and Madcap Moss, which is his new name, I guess, staying on SmackDown. We have the women's tag team champions, Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley, being on Raw. We have Hit Row coming from NXT to SmackDown, which, oh my Lanta, oh my Arceus, please don't absolutely ruin this group by making them overtly, hey, we're just niggas, we're just a bunch of black people, and have them super stereotypically black. Like, and then break them up to then have everyone do basically nothing. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. I like this group. I like Swerve like a lot. He's really cool. Please don't ruin this. But I have faith because they're on SmackDown. And then we have Keith Lee, the new heel Bearcat Keith Lee, staying on Raw. So cool beans. Yeah. Next up, we ended up having a big ol' 8-man tag team match between the 4 niggas on SmackDown, Street Profits and the New Day, versus Otis, Chad Gable, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode. I still hate that they changed his name to that. That still is something difficult for me to get used to. But the good guys won. It was a pretty cool match. Like that right there is just so fucking cool to me. Caught him in air and suplexed him. Chad Gable, I feel, is like so underrated. Holy shit. He is way too good for him to not have like a bigger spotlight. But the good guys won. The niggas won. Bam. Of course they won. But what else? We got more draft picks. We have Naomi staying on SmackDown, which hopefully is a sign that Naomi is going to end up with the Bloodline. Please. We have Rey Mysterio and Dominic going over to Raw. So every draft, they're probably going to be flip-flopping. We have Jeff Hardy, my boy, coming to SmackDown. So I'm really happy about that one. I love Jeff Hardy to bits. And then we have Austin Theory from NXT coming to Raw, which kind of is weird to me, to be honest, simply because he's a part of the Johnny Gargano thing on NXT, but whatever, I guess. Brock Lesnar made some harsh words in a weird wink, a very weird wink, as you can see, saying that Paul Heyman is the reason why he's a free agent and all that shit. He can do whatever he wants. He can go to whatever brand. He's basically pulling the John Cena thing. And then we had our main event of Sasha Banks versus Renee, wow, I was about to say Renee Belair, Bianca Belair with Becky Lynch on commentary. We did have some of Roman Reigns talking shit to Paul Heyman. Is like, bruh, the fuck's going on? Why was the fuck? Are you still friends with Brock, nigga? But I believe that I literally looked away for like 2 seconds and then the match ended. So I don't exactly know who won, but Charlotte definitely came in and beat this shit, like booted everybody. It seemed like Becky interrupted the match, so I'm pretty sure it probably was a distraction / disqualification / interruption / aided victory for Sasha. So cool beans. And then both of the women's champions, raised their titles at the end. So ultimately, I mean, everything, it was a very smooth episode, to be real. I dug pretty much everything. I just don't like some of the draft picks that they ended up having. Some draft picks make future draft picks kind of predictable. Because Charlotte is on, I don't get why they didn't just go on ahead and have the 4 titles, the 6 main titles. Well, I guess they're technically 8. Cause, oh wow, they didn't even have United States or Intercontinental Champion change sides, but they should have had all the champions going ahead and be picked first, because like that literally makes fucking sense. Why would you not pick a champion first? But I guess whatever. But anyways, let me know what you thought of the episode tonight. Let me know. I gotta go run back into the room and watch AEW. We'll possibly have that one going up tonight too. Maybe. Kind of depends, I guess. Kind of depends. But that's all that I got for you. Daddy's the real best on YouTube. Signing the fuck off. Have yourselves a nice rest of your day and a nice juicy chickadee goddamn ciao, my friends. And check out the zebracorner.com. Hopefully we'll start being updated by tomorrow.